This video is going to be like really simple. I'm going to exactly tell you why you need to stop paying for any kind of diet plan, any kind of like maybe cookbooks, any kind of, you know, thing that people are trying to make food, trying to really make it appeal for you, right? And I'm going to talk about like a few things in this video, which is I think really important for like in today's day and age, which is like, first of all, I'm going to tell you why you should not be paying like cookbooks and all of these, like diet plans people are charging an egregious amount for that. Second, we're going to talk about a little bit about calories, right? So if you're bulking, I'm going to tell you, what you should do. So if you're cutting, I'm going to tell you what you should do. And if you are thinking about main gaining, basically how you should navigate this whole calorie thing, right? Because calories in, calories out, like a calorie should be above your maintenance calories, all of that stuff. I know it's kind of confusing for you. I'm going to clear that out. And third, I'm going to tell you like actionable steps what you could take to basically make your food palatable, right? It doesn't have to be tasty, but yeah, how you should view this whole food diet, cookbooks, all of this shit. So before any further ado, let's get back into the video. Yeah, it's real simple. Why diet plan and cookbooks are a waste of money, and if your goal is to become just jacked and strong, right? Just a disclaimer. If you're someone who is thinking about like maybe competing, if you're someone who's thinking about hopping on stage, maybe using gear or natural, doesn't matter, I don't judge. But yeah, this video is not for you, right? Because and I mean of course, if you're someone who's competing, um thinking about calories, micromanaging everything you eat, weighing everything you eat, right? Fitting everything in your calories is important, right? So of course, eating and digesting food is a full-time job for you because that's exactly what you're doing, right? You're eating food for fuel, of course, but you have to eat so much food that at a certain point it's going to get like boring. It's going to get like impossible for you to uh, gulp egregious amount of food without a proper taste, right? Because like I said, like digesting food, eating food, going to the gym is like a full-time job if you're someone who is maybe thinking about competing as a pro, right? But if you're someone who's a college goer, who's an office goer, right, who is maybe still in school, right, who just want to become jacked, as jacked as possible and as strong as possible, you need to shift your mindset in terms of food and think about it is nothing but fuel, right? That's it. Food equals fuel. F equals F. It's really simple to understand and it's really simple to like memorize. Like remember the term. Food equals fuel. There's literally like nothing more to it. Like let me write it down for you so you guys understand a little bit. Like literally, food is nothing but this thing, and food is this, like nothing else. I mean, yeah, that's it. Like fuel, right? And the reason I say that is because if you're thinking about food and you're buying all of these cookbooks, you're buying all of the diet plan that you think is kind of palatable to your like taste buds, then you run into the all of these kind of problem where you are not able to eat enough food because it's not possible for you to make tasty food every single time, where you can't really intake more calories now, right? So yeah, I know that's a problem for you because I've been in that place for a long time. Then I kind of like shifted my whole perspective when it comes to food. That is, I see it nothing but as fuel, right? And later in this video, like the last tip that I'm going to give you, I'm going to tell you like how to make it palatable. I'm not going, listen, I'm not telling you to eat like boiled chicken and boiled rice, right? So yeah, and the thing is, this is the main advice. Like this video is going to, like the whole premise of this video is going to be this, like, please do not eat anything that didn't come from animal or soil, right? Like let me repeat it. Do not eat anything that didn't come from either an animal like product or soil. So like red meat, white meat, eggs, butter, ghee, milk, vegetables, absolutely no problem with that. And the reason I say that is because any like look at the food that you're about to eat, right? Like for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, just look at the food that that you're about to eat and just think that did this food existed like thousands of years ago? Like, did this food existed thousands of years ago? If the answer is yes, go ahead and eat it. But if there's something like burgers and pizzas and pastas and like whatever, yeah, chances are you shouldn't really eat that food like very often. And yeah, I know, like, I may receive some comments, or I may receive some kind of like thought in your mind that, okay, is he telling me to like quit cheat meals for the rest of my life? No, of course not. Every now and then you can, have some cheat meals. But what I am telling is basically you should be eating these kind of things. So let me just go ahead and um, yep, what you should be eating is animal food and anything that like came from soil, which is eggs, no problem with that. Yeah, red meat, white meat, right? And then meaty, okay. And then any dairy products, right? Such as like maybe milk, right? cheese butter. By the way, nuts are also, why is, okay, butter, uh ghee, nuts, right? Any form of nuts, and obviously fruits and vegetables. So you can see, like, there's a whole, like, plethora of things that you could eat, right? Then I don't know why you need to eat like processed foods every now and then, right? If it fits in your calories, I can eat it. I know we have all heard these kind of things, like, oh yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, if it fits in my calories, I can, maybe squeeze these in, right? Ice cream didn't exist at, like thousands of years ago. Processed foods such as chips and chocolates. And by the way, by chocolate, I mean those milk chocolates, like those processed chocolates, like didn't existed thousands of years ago. Dark chocolate did, right? Absolutely no problem with, like, let me write it because it's one of my favorite. Dark, dark chocolate. So yeah, like these are all of the foods that you should be thinking about eating, like nothing less, nothing more. It's really simple. And yeah, by the way, rice, yep, yep, rice. You can eat it for like carbs. So it's that simple. Like you tell me now, is it complicated? I don't think so, right? So yeah, like now let's talk about something about calories, right? Here's the thing. I'm going to talk about based on statistics and specifically what I do in my day-to-day life based on the activities that I've been doing right now. What you need is optimization in these things, right? So let me just up it a little bit and then um, Yup. You need optimization in tests. By test, I mean testosterone, growth hormone, right? And you need protein, right? Like, I mean, these are all the things that you should be looking forward to optimize, right? Um, spell, yeah. So yeah, these are all the things that you should be optimizing for, right? Like testosterone, your growth hormone, your protein, right? Here's the thing. So let's just talk about it. I'm going to tell you what you need to eat in order for you to optimize your testosterone, your growth hormone, your protein. Here's the thing. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to fit in, in the calories that you're eating. Let's say you're someone who's bulking, right? Someone who's bulking, I'm guessing your weight is obviously really low. That's the reason you're, like thinking about bulking, right? So you weigh anywhere between 50 kgs or even less, just 60 kgs, right? Or maybe, even maybe 65 kgs. This is what you need to do, right? I know your age because I do look at my YouTube analytics every now and then. So yeah, I do know your age and I do know the weight that you're in, and doesn't matter any kind of like activity that you're doing. Like by activity I mean, like a school goer, college goer, office, no problem. Just eat 8 to 10 eggs every single day, right? And wait for it, there's a disclaimer, but just eat 8 to 10 eggs every single day, 500 grams of chicken, and a little bit of rice. That's it, right? And the reason I have included these things, right, like eggs, peanut butter, ghee, cheese, is because these are the thing that you're going to get your good fats from. Like, okay, good fats. It's good fats and good cholesterol, right? I can't really spell cholesterol like I mean with the mouse, right? I know the spelling of cholesterol, but yeah, anyways, good fats and cholesterol is the number one thing that's going to give you this like testosterone boost, apart from like good sleep, right? And also growth hormone, right? So eggs, I mean by eggs I mean the whole egg, like like the egg yolk, eggs, peanut butter, ghee, cheese, just normal butter. These are all the things that's going to optimize this shit, like testosterone and growth hormone. And let's come down to protein. Obviously, eat eggs, chicken, white meat, red meat. Obviously, like no problem with that. And yeah, some carbs, I'm here and there because you're trying to bulk, right? You need energy. Obviously, you're gonna need some good fats for energy, right? And enough carbs to use that for energy. If but I mean because if you eat more carbs than your body actually needs, it's going to be converted into glycogen, and it's going to get stored into your body day after day after day if you eat too much carbs, right? So that's why I'm not stressing too much on carbs. I'm not saying carbs are evil. Carbs are really important, but only the amount that your body needs, nothing more, nothing less. So yeah. So chances are this, if you just follow these things, it will fit in your calories. That's it. Like, trust me when I say just I mean, take my advice as a gospel. Just eat 8 to 10 eggs, and yeah. So the disclaimer that I was talking about is that if you're someone who isn't used to eating milk, like raw milk, eggs, I would say just do progressive overload. By progressive overload, I mean you don't have to start eating 10 eggs from maybe today. Start with maybe 3 eggs, right? Eat 3 eggs for a whole week. Maybe increase it to 5 eggs the next week. Like for the entire week, eat 5 eggs, right? The next week, eat 8 eggs, right? Or maybe 7 eggs. That's how you increase week after week after week because your body isn't used to that much amount of good fats. Your body isn't used to that much amount of good cholesterol. So, yep, increase it as a progressive overload, just like you would increase your weights in the gym. And like think about protein. It's only chicken and red meat, whatever suits you. But yeah, that's really it. And the thing is, this is really the whole aim, right? Like the aim of this video, or the aim in your life is, the goal here is to just basically have a clean digestive system, high testosterone. So you're gonna have to eat loads of good quality protein, good fats, moderate amount of carbs. So just eat eggs, red and white meat, some rice, fruits here and there. Just use butter, ghee to fry stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, okay, here's the thing. Okay, it's so important, so I have to underline this shit. Air fryer is like, bro, it's like a cheat code. You don't need much oil, you don't need an oven. Just use air fryer for everything, for baking your eggs, for frying your chicken, right? You already know what I'm talking about. Yeah, just use and yeah, by the way, one of the recipes that I use for eating, like making eggs palatable for my taste bud, is I eat pancakes. And the way I eat it is, and the way to make it is, a little bit of flour, some milk, 4 or 5 eggs, whisk it up, right? And just use a tad bit of ghee or butter in a pan, pour the shit and just fry it, right? And after I'm done with it, I slather the pancake with a little bit of peanut butter. So of course, I'm again increasing the amount of good fats that I'm having. I'm having good, good fats. I'm having micronutrients from the eggs and peanut butter. I'm having good enough carbs from, milk and the flour. I'm having everything, and obviously, I'm having high, quality protein from the eggs and the peanut butter. So yeah, that's the way I eat my pancakes, and I use this recipe to basically make my like the eggs palatable to my taste buds. So yeah, like you see, like it's that simple. Just use an air fryer, right? Any marination that you want to have, keep it really simple. Cook your rice, cook the like the chicken, the egg in the air fryer, and just eat it and be done with eating and be, get started with your work. That's it. That's really simple, right? So you really don't need really complicated cookbooks, all of those stuff. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, catch you in the next video.